Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Melissa Wright from leadersoftheheart.com, and this is the second video in my series Your Divine Truth. No, it's actually Your Divine Time, which is interesting actually, because the time, this Your Divine Time, is all about you having a moment to come back to yourself and connect with your own heart and your own truth. So you could call it Your Divine Truth, because that's what it's all about. And that's what my work is all about, helping people connect to their divine truth inside. So this week on Your Divine Time, I'm talking all about a morning practice. Now, what I mean by this is using the first moments, if that's possible, of the day to really come back home to yourself. So the morning is a really, really special time. It's like a new year every morning. In fact, every moment is like a new year. You get to choose anew. You get to choose afresh. The morning is a significant moment. You wake up, you've had a sleep, and you can really set out from the morning how it is that you want to lead your day. And for myself, I've noticed that the difference of whether I have a morning practice going or whether I don't, or whether I get up and I do my morning practice or I don't, is drastically different how the day pans out as to whether I do this morning routine or not. And the difference is kind of like if I don't do it, I feel like I've got no time in the day. I'm kind of chasing my tail. It's the feeling like a dog is like this rabid kind of dog that's out of control. It's just pulling me around on a lead, and I'm just kind of being dragged around the day, just spinning from that thing to that thing without much focus, without much clarity, without much peace. And basically I'm not centered. But if I spend just a few moments in the morning just focusing back to what is important to me, coming back home to my core and stepping out intentionally into the day in conscious choice, then I feel like I am leading my day. And it might be that I do exactly the same activities that I do in the day if I don't spend the morning time. But the nature of how I approach those activities, how I am in myself and my being as I go around my day, is the difference between black and white. So I can't recommend enough that you create some kind of morning practice that works for you. And you have to make it work for you. Don't set yourself up to fail. Yeah, so some people talk about, set yourself up a power hour, and you can do this hour, you can do half an hour yoga, you can do 10 minutes meditation, you can do 10 minutes journaling, and it's all very well and good, and I believe in that, and I think it's fabulous to have that. But what happens if you don't make that? Then you feel like you failed, and that is not how you want to live your life, and that is not how you want to start your day. So make it work for you, yeah, whatever that means for you. So my coach said to me a long time ago, a good thing that can work, and I have done that and it's worked for me, is developing 3 things in the morning that work for you. So you can take your pick. You could choose some meditation time, some stretching, some journaling, some mantras, some meditation, some painting, some drawing, some singing, whatever it is. Just make it work for you. And set it up so that no matter what your time schedule in the day, you make sure that you fit it in. So it's non-negotiable. You would never, if you have a dog, you'd never get up and go out the house and not take your dog for a walk. And you'd never get up and not get dressed and go out the house. Yeah? You always make time to get dressed. Put your shoes on. Clean your teeth. Maybe you have a cup of tea, who knows? So make it like that. Build it into your day so that there's absolutely no way that it's not going to happen. But also hold it lightly. Some people talk about a morning routine, and if that works for you, that's great. But for me, it sends me running. Routine, I'm like, routine! Ah, my God, it's like being at school or being in the office, and it just, the word routine conjures up boredom to me, and it makes me rebel, and it makes me think I'm not going to bloody do that. I'm going to live my own life. So I prefer practice, or you could use ritual, morning ritual. It doesn't really matter what you call it, just make it work for you. So if you know that half an hour is pushing it for you, then make it 15 minutes. You know, even if you start with 5 minutes and you do that consistently, that will make such a huge difference to your life. You know, you could choose 5 minutes meditation, 5 minutes journaling, and 5 minutes dancing. But make sure that it's something that you want to do that enriches your soul and your life. And a good thing you can do as you come to sit and to do this, and I would recommend this to everyone, is to just spend 1 minute imagining yourself first of all getting grounded. So you can do that by imagining yourself as a tree. Just as you sit, your feet may be on the ground, or you may be sitting cross-legged. Just imagine that from your tailbone and from your feet, the bottom half of yourself is just anchoring into the ground. You might imagine roots or strands of light. Just really feel yourself sinking down into the earth. And then you can just imagine golden, beautiful rain coming down and just washing away any stresses, any tensions, anything at all that you're holding in your body from the day before, or anything that's come up in the night. Just so that you can be sure that you start your day being grounded and being cleared out. Because you don't want to carry around, you know, if you went round, you had mucky hands from the day before, you had really dirty clothes, like me, you might spill your dinner on your top. You're not going to go out and wear that again the next day, are you? Well, you might if you're in a rush, but you usually wouldn't. And it's the same with your soul, with your heart, with your being. Spend time for clearing that out as well. And again, hold it lightly. You don't have to be like, oh, I need to get everything out of me, and oh, and I don't know how to do it, and all that. I've been like that, and it's ridiculous, and it's annoying in your own body. You feel like, oh God, you know, I can't do this. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Have I still got bits of crap in me from the day before? So leave all that story. Just know that what you intend to happen is put out there, and it will happen for you. So intend that you are rooted down into the ground, and imagine that. Intend that you are being washed clear of any stresses, any tensions, and just imagine that coming out of you. You could imagine dirty water being washed away, whatever works for you. But just know that putting that intention there is enough. And then move into the things that you're choosing to do. If you want to just choose one, that's fine. I love to have a selection of 3 that works for me, but find something that works for you, and find something that you love to do and that you wake up ready to do. And in the mornings you might find to begin, you know, you might have to set your alarm half an hour, 20 minutes earlier to make time for this. And in the beginning that might be quite hard. Or in the beginning that might be fine. A few days you're like, woohoo, I'm doing it, this is great. And then after that the energy starts to peter out. So just know that, and just always come back to thinking about why it is that you are doing this. And after just a few days, maybe even the first day for you, you will notice a radical difference in your life. Sometimes we think we don't have time for this kind of practice, that we're too busy, that we've got to get up and get on, and there's a million things to do. But the truth of doing this is that once you actually do make time for this, and you create this beautiful pause in the day for you to really come back home to yourself, actually you'll find that you have much more time in the day. It's like that feeling that you haven't got any time just starts to dissipate. And actually you come into beingness so much more. And from that place, life just opens up. It becomes so much more expansive. You feel so much more relaxed and balanced and peaceful, and just like you're joyfully leading your life. Okay, so I'd love to hear in the comments what practices you do, what you find works for you. Share your advice for others, or if you're new to this, tell us what it is that you're going to commit to, and keep us posted on your journey. And if you're a woman and you love to live by your heart and connecting to your divine wisdom and opening up to your spirituality is what is important for you, then I'd love you to join my Facebook group, Leaders of the Heart. As you know, I've recently started to accept and own and celebrate the fact that I am able to channel messages, and we all are able to do that. In my last video, I spoke about spiritual insecurity, which is something that I've dealt with all my life and is still ongoing in my life. Often I feel as though other people are more spiritual than I am, that they can do many more things than I can do, that they can talk directly with the angels and God and communicate with all sorts of realms. And often that knowledge of those gifts that people have, and as much as I celebrate them, I've often felt that, well, I sometimes or somehow feel that I fall somewhat short. But the new story I'm telling myself is that actually I'm not falling short, that I communicate in my own way, and that we all have our own gifts which can be harnessed and developed and celebrated. So a lot of my life I've had words come to me and I've written them down, and I've always just thought, well, you know, this is just on my head. And maybe it is, who knows? But lately I'm starting to accept that, well, whatever these words are, wherever they come from, that I'm celebrating that they come to me and I am sharing them. And the joy of these words is that they come directly to me and I write them down. So if you want to call that channeling, you can. I'm choosing to call it that. If it's something else for you, that's fine. But whatever it is, just enjoy the words and the message of the words. So this love poem, as they seem to always come through as love poems, which is beautiful, possibly because my work is all about the heart and real heart work. So this poem came through yesterday or the day before. It's quite short and it's called Surrender to Love. Surrender to love. Just let it in. Stop running. Stop hiding. Just go within. For everything you need is inside of you. Everything you desire is there. Let it out. Let it be. Let it live. Let yourself be. For you are love. You are joy. You are divine inspiration, created and brought into this magical world. Go play, go dance, go paint. Paint the colours of your truth, the dance of your soul, the love of your heart. Surrender, oh surrender, dear one, to joyous, divine love. Namaste.